Hey everybody, George Tucker here for AVNation.tv at InfoComm 2017. We're here in the HDBaseT booth and I'm here with Daniel Schwartzberg. HDBaseT, it's the heart of almost every single AV IP device out there.
It's the heart of so many different systems. We have 190 members in the Alliance today and it's growing literally every week. And most of those Alliance members are producing HDBaseT products. They've been doing it for years, and we're looking forward to them for doing it for many, many years to come. But when you talk about AV over IP and AV IP systems, actually what we're launching here at InfoComm is completely new. What we have here is HDBaseT IP.
Interesting.
So whereas traditionally, up until this point, HDBaseT has relied on specific dedicated switches, extenders, and so on and so forth, we're now bridging into the world of IP. So in other words, we can now take all the goodies of HDBaseT and we can put them through standard 10G Ethernet switches. And that's exactly what we've got going on here on the wall. We've got 3 different demos, each of them running through a 10G Ethernet switch. So suddenly the topologies can be different. HDBaseT is great for in-room solutions where we have a 100-meter limit. When you want to go outside of the room, you want to go cross-campus, you want to go further, that's when IP solutions really come into play. But people don't want to lose all the goodies that HDBaseT gives them, so HDBaseT IP allows us to have the best of both worlds.
So what are we showing here now? You got sort of 3 distinct elements that really are powerful statements about what's going on.
You got it, you got it. So first of all, on the left-hand side of the demo booth, we have a 2-to-1 switching demo. What we have 2 sources, HDMI sources that are being fed into 2 HDMI to HDBaseT out IP transmitter units. So the HDMI comes in, 10G HDBaseT IP is outputted, those are running up to the 10G switch. And then using very simple control software that's running here on the PC, we're able to switch between those 2 different sources very, very quickly. We can change the image on the screen within 1 second. And we can very, very simply, through very simple management control, take one IP stream, switch it to the other, and switch it back. Okay, so we're demonstrating here the very, very fast switching capabilities that HDBaseT IP provides to the users of these systems.
Okay, cool. And now you're also showing Multicast.
Indeed.
Right, and there's some cool stuff with that. What's going on there?
Multicast is a classic use case for an IP-based solution. Right. Of course, we want to take a single source and we want to spread it out over multiple displays. That may be good for digital signage, sports bars, those sort of places where we have a lot of screens that need to show a lot of information, a lot of different streams. So what we actually have here is a single HDBaseT IP transmitter. Once again, HDMI coming in, 10G HDBaseT IP going out to the switch, and above us, what we're showing at the top of the top of the booth is we have these 3 multicast displays, each of them showing exactly the same image, and of course. The scalability with IP is great, so I'm showing 3, I could have 33, 133, I can even go beyond that. All I need to do is scale up the switch and I can have more and more outputs that I can show. And that's the beauty again of an IP-based solution, is that we can be flexible in terms of the number of inputs versus the number of outputs. So if we want to have 1 in to multiple out for multicast, that's no problem. If we want to have multiple ins to multiple outs, we can also do that. It's IP packets, all we are doing is configuring the switch to take the packets that are coming in and directing them to where we want to output them. So very, very flexible, very, very powerful solutions for multicasting using HDBaseT IP.
Very cool, and then again you're showing one last bit that's really interesting. Tell me more about that.
Okay, so the final part of the demo actually combines 2 worlds, and that's the beauty of HDBaseT IP. It's unique in being an IP solution that bridges from the HDBaseT world that we know today to HDBaseT IP. And what that means is if I've installed an entire system of HDBaseT products and now I want to go to IP, I don't need to rip all of that old stuff out and put IP in from scratch. No, on the contrary, keep that HDBaseT IP system that the HDBaseT system that you've installed, put in a small bridge unit which takes HDBaseT in and outputs HDBaseT IP, and now I've created a legacy, a hybrid solution.
Right.
With traditional HDBaseT and new HDBaseT IP. But not only that, that demo is also showing the visually lossless compression reference design that we announced at ISE in Amsterdam a few months ago. So what we have there is 4K 60 444 with HDR, which is too much bandwidth for a standard HDBaseT link.
Right.
It's being compressed 3-to-1 very low level compression, visually lossless, line-based, ultra low latency. That is being fed into a bridge as HDBaseT input and HDBaseT IP output to the switch, back from the switch to the display, where it's being converted back from the IP domain to the regular HDBaseT domain. It's being decompressed, and the display is now showing us uncompressed 4K 6444 with HDR, with outstanding image quality, no artifacts. The compression is so low level that we don't lose any information in the picture. So really a demonstration of several technologies, visually lossless compression, and HDBaseT and HDBaseT IP all playing together in the same installation.
Well, very cool. Well, again, I want to thank you for your time. You're
Thank
a very
you.
busy part of the show.
Yes, indeed, sir.
Right. This is Ben, AVNation.tv from InfoComm 17 at the HDBaseT booth.